Welcome everyone to an awesome game between DBD Captain Morgan as the Khorne going up against Grand Cathay. Now unfortunately in the current early stages of the game I don't quite know who this player is, but if it is you, do feel free to let me know. So going forward here, Grand Cathay at the front, starting here with a really nice unit indeed of the Crane Gunners. So the bad ladies here that should be in the back, they are going to be having 275 range, 42 armor-piercing, shield-breaking missile strength, making them very strong indeed. They are going to be lightly armored, so if they do get hopped onto by Furies, etc., they can get taken down pretty quickly. So in the back, 2 units of the Peasant Spearmen, backed up by 2 units of the Jade Warriors, and then we are going to have 2 units of the Jade Warrior Crossbowmen. Pretty good, 160 range, 26 missile strength, 6 of that being armor-piercing, so pretty damn good indeed, and then 2 units of the Jade Warrior Halberds in the back, anti-large armor-piercing, they certainly bring the punch. More here of the anti-large long spearman, and then we are going to have the Lord choice, which is going to be the dragon-blooded Lord of Yang. So the Yang magic today, we are going to have the Jade Amulet, so when casting you get mana reserves, and then regeneration rate of your mana, Arcane Conduit, as well as the Strength of Yang and Will of the Dragons. We'll also be having the Constellation of the Dragon as the first spell, the Dragon's Breath, and the Jade Shield. Really like the model here on the horse, actually. That's quite a nice model indeed. That's really quite cool. So here for the Khorne and Mr. DBD, we are going to be having 3 units of the Khorne Knight Warriors in the front here with those shields. Silver shields certainly do help protect them quite well. 2 units of the Bloodletters in the back. Only 30 armor for these bad boys. They do have 38 speed, so relatively speedy here for Khorne Knight Infantry, although, you know, they can get taken down pretty easily by most things. In the back here, we are going to have, of course, Skarbrands the Exiled, the man, the myth, the legend. Super strong here indeed. He is going to have Slaughter and Carnage, fueled by Rage, with the Rage Embodied and Bellow of Endless Fury. So you have very nice stuff indeed. I really like the breath attacks here on Skarbrand for the simple reason, if you bring his item, the weapon, you can just really rack up his weapon strength with all of those kills, and he can certainly pack a punch. So that's all going to come forward here. Looks like we are going to have the big green of Grand Cathay charging forward to the middle, and the big furious red and rampage here moving to 0.3 to 0.2. Now I think on this map, with certainly the spawn point, the Vanguard here on 0.3 is going to be a little bit more favourable here for Grand Cathay. But, and 0.1 here is going to be more favourable for the Khorne Knight forces. So the fact they're going to be taking 2 to 3 could be a good play here, simply because you could reinforce 0.1 here a little bit easier. So, yeah, maybe this is a nice play coming in from Captain Morgan. Now, there's a few ways you can approach this hill. I like these little elements. It just gives you some good protection when you need it. And it just means here that the Crane Gunners can't just open fire throughout the entire battlefield and just, you know, wreck Skarbrand's face off. But he is going to charge forward for a little bit of protection. We have quite a few units. We could go around the back here. We could also get some dogs up around the top into the backside here, and then, you know, start compromising these gunners. But coming forward is going to be the Dragon Blooded. Oh, this is bold. This is bold if I ever saw anything. Yeah, you get that 66 speed and get out of here, man. You do not want to find that. We are going to get a breath attack down the line here. Quite a few kills indeed. That's actually bringing Skarbrand's weapon strength up to 750 already. Very nice stuff indeed. Very nice stuff. Charging through it, it looks like we're going to get 1, 2, 3 units of the Khorne Knight Warriors coming into one pocket. That's a bit of a mistake in my opinion. Just 1 unit here with the Khorne Knight Infantry should beat back the Peasant Long Spearmen. You'll probably want to get some up and around the top, some around the bottom as well. Just holding this one particular side. You do have some Flesh Hounds as well. Get those up and round, get in the back here and start shutting this down. So over the left-hand side, something I want to focus on as well. I really haven't done any videos so far on Grand Cathay, so the Jade Lancers. They are going to be having 48 charge bonus, only 66 speed, but they do have 100 armor. These boys are chonky. They are going to have the bronze shield here, 35% missile resistance, and of course they are going to be Yang. So getting that melee defense and leadership is super helpful here with ranged units on the point. 15 seconds to go. We have 2 units of the Peasant Spearmen charging into the front, and an extra unit here of the Jade Lancers. I'll actually use the Jade Lancers here to come up and around and blockade this element. This is your one weakness here for the Flesh Hounds to come around the corner and do all the good work. In reserve, we're not going to see too much yet. Looks like we are going to get double summon on the left-hand side. 2 units of the Bloodletters. So they're going to come around the corner. They should butcher the face off the Peasant Spearmen. Do some nice work here up against the Jade Lancers. Middle point is going to get captured here pretty damn quickly. My god, that's quick. Coming here from the Grand Cathay. They got that super fast. In the middle, we are going to have the Bloodletters, quite weak, down by 25% HP already. They're going to capture 0.3. Spearmen holding off the Flesh Hounds. Flesh Hounds do count as large, and they're pretty much cavalry pieces. So running into Brace Spearmen, yeah, it's not going to be the best day there for you. And then we can see 1, 2, 3 units really weak here on the point. And yeah, the Khorne infantry is not doing so well here. I think I more than likely saw a spell here for the Dragon Blooded. And yeah, it's looking pretty bad here. Maybe also getting shot over the top as well. Just taking chip damage. Maybe getting shot from the Crane Gunners as well. Yeah, it's pretty painful. Now we're going to get some Bloodletters in from behind. We do have a lot of units over here on the right side. There's no contest over here. Bloodletters should hold for a good amount of time. We need some support here on the left to take point 1. Point 2 here is going to be very well held. You can see we've got layers upon layers with range absolutely everywhere, which is looking fantastic. Bloodletters at the front. Certainly want to see these Jade Warriors shooting into the Bloodletters. There'll be just incredible amounts of value. And my god, here we go. This is where the mistake is seen. Charging down, and just an explosion in the middle. You can see the red tick. Look at the tick damage here in the middle. So much damage on the Khorne infantry. This is what happens here when you're bunched up. Lovely work there coming from the Grand Cathay player. A little bit unfortunate for Captain Morgan, but this is kind of what I expected here in the middle with these three stacked on top of each other. That's going to be approximately 2,250 gold. Unfortunately, going to be dripping into the floor. Now, we are going to be having Bloodletters charging up against the Peasant Longbows. The Longbows, the Long Spearmen. I see Long, just naturally assume Longbows. But yes, we do actually have some of the Khorne Warhounds in behind. We should be able to get in and clear this out pretty quickly and capture point 1. So about 800 points to 300 here. Captain Morgan's going to be doing okay so far. We are now going to be against the dogs around the corner. This is a little bit of a better approach coming in from him. Certainly getting more and more into the game. Crane Gunners have been shut down. Skarbrands is going absolutely berserk. 975 weapon strength in the back. He is surrounded by halberds and spears, but this man does not care. He cares for only blood, fury, skulls, and all sorts of death here in the middle. He's going to be charging and doing all the good butchery. Over here on the left, we are going to be capturing with the Khorne forces. Charging in is going to be the Jade Lancers. Now, off the 65 weapon strength, we do have 22 here for the Flesh Hounds. They can do quite nicely, but if they take the charge here, this could be pretty brutal. These bad boys aren't super fast, though, so they are going to negate a lot of that sort of turn in the corner. They didn't quite get up to pace, and now they're going to be getting chomped down here by the Flesh Hounds. This is where Jade Lancers really do suffer. In the one here, the Bloodletters just absolutely slamming on top here of the Jade Warriors and the Peasants. These Spearmen certainly are going to fall pretty quickly. Nice capture there coming in for Captain Morgan, and he's going to have both points ready to go. In the middle, holding pretty well. Let's have a look here. The boy, 1.1k weapon strength, starting here at about 650. He's just absolutely rampaging. I wonder if we can see what sort of percentage he's on right now. He's at 47% at the moment. This boy can just keep climbing and climbing and climbing. Now, we certainly want to get some units in here, maybe some Furies and something like that, just to bog down the Jade Warriors, prevent them, or maybe even just bog down some of the crossbowmen, get in there and just stop them from butchering Skarbrands. Skarbrands, though, is going to be ripping the face off of the Lord here, actually, sorry. The Dragon Blooded has been terrified. Certainly want to pressure that, get the magic off the battlefield as well. This boy can certainly, I think actually female, actually, can actually bring a lot of magic to the table. In the middle, Jade Lancers fighting here up against Flesh Hounds. We have some of the Peasant Horsemen in as well. Just a bit of extra mass here in the pocket. Flesh Hounds certainly are going to be unstable. They're going to be crumbling here in the backside, but a bit of support here from Skarbrands should help. Skarbrands here is going to be still at 1.1k weapon strength. The boy certainly punches very hard. So 2 units of the Khorne infantry, 3 units now have been broken. Jade Warriors and an extra unit Jade Warriors aren't going to be able to clear them out. But in the middle, we have broken. Bloodletters charging forward. We do have AP for the halberds, but not going to be so good here up against Bloodletters. I think you keep the Khorne Warriors behind. You just finish them off here with the Bloodletters. You push through, and you cap point 2. In the back, though, we are going to see a Cultist of Khorne. What's the bad boy here brought today? He is going to have the Gate of Khorne. This could be a summon that comes over the top here of the Lancers, and then we get those Bloodletters pushing into the back and shutting down those crossbowmen. So over here on the left, looks like it is going to be gently, actually it's going to be held here by Khorne, but they're trying to capture it nicely here as the Grand Cathay. So points-wise, 1.9k up against 1.4, pretty close indeed. Here on the right-hand side, we have Jade Warriors chasing off up against the double Khorne infantry, but Flesh Hounds coming in, they should be able to finish off, but over here on the right, going to be unprotected. We have some Jade Warrior halberds, and I can't see the second unit, so I'm going to be backed up by some more Jade Warriors, just mass Jade Warriors here coming forward to check these infantry points. In the back, Skarbrands is going to be doing all the good butchery, but in the back, we do have some Crane Gunners. We have rampaged. Fantastic. You do have to take a certain amount of damage before you do rampage. You see the Crane Gunners now going to be fighting in combat, and Skarbrands is, yeah, he's just going to be absolutely ripping their face off. Let's have a look here. He's still at 1k. We can't quite see what percentage he's at right now. He's going to be, I think minimum is like 47%. I think he can go up to 100, but it's like maybe he's lost a bit. Not too sure why, maybe because he's taken a lot of damage. But yeah, he's going to be fighting pretty strong. We now have Rampage, the Crane Gunners, and yeah, it's looking pretty bleak here. Middle still going to be held here by Grand Cathay. Over on the left-hand side, we can see now a little bit more pressure coming in. So we have some of the Jade Warrior crossbows. They can do some lovely work here up against all of the Bloodletter infantry. Nothing too much really holding the point, so just getting on here with the Jade Warriors would be quite nice. Should allow a good capture here on the left-hand side. Over here on the right, Bloodletter's moving in, trying to see if we can prevent the capture. We are going to have 800 gold charging here up against the Jade Warriors. The Jade Warriors will pay for AP and anti-large, which is really not going to be helpful up against the lightly armoured infantry of the Bloodletters. And these fantastic great weapons just going to be cleaving apart the Jade Warriors, just doing some lovely work indeed. You can see the damage profile changes here. Yeah, look at that. So much damage here. Hasn't even lost 25%, but they are going to be capturing the point here. Jade Warriors alongside the Halberds are going to be enough just to hold this point. And you can see these three still breaking off the battlefield. We have to wait for them to return to get them off and get them regenning. So, left-hand side, we have Chaos Warriors of Khorne backed up here by Bloodletters moving across. And it looks like here on the point, what we're going to have. So we are going to have some crossbowmen backed up by Peasant Long Spears, Jade Lancers, and yes, I really think this is smart. Take this unit off the battlefield. Yes, we do have some pressure coming in, but get them back, get the points, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get them back regen in there ready to go again. Over here on the right, we do actually break apart the Jade Warrior Halberds. Bloodletters now going to be moving, and they will absolutely destroy these Jade Warriors. They do have 80 armor, but these Bloodletters do not care. These great weapons are certainly going to thump very hard. I love these Jade animations. You can see with the shields when they block, you're going to be getting those fantastic kind of auras coming above the shield. It's super cool indeed. I really, really do love it. On the middle, though, we are going to be capturing here with Captain Morgan. We do have some Chaos Warriors on the point. The Cultists of Khorne moving forward. We see some Flesh Hounds now getting in and shutting down these Jade Warrior crossbowmen. We can see here 61 and 34 kills. Very good work indeed. Over here on the left, Halberds and also Jade Warriors going to be breaking. Here we go, the infantry charging down now. The heavy metal has been brought. The boys see one thing in sight. Jade Warrior crossbowmen ready for the slaughtering here on point one. We see the Bloodletters charging in, and they certainly beaten back the Jade Lancers. Actually, maybe even the Bloodletters could get around the corner here. The Bloodletters could fight up against the Jade Warrior crossbowmen. That'd be pretty good indeed, but looks like it's going to be a bit of a 50-50. Some going to fight here up against the crossbows, some going to fight here up against the Peasant Longbow. I'm going to keep saying Peasant Longbow. I do apologise. I do mean long spears. But in the middle here, we have Jade Warriors coming to the point. We have some Bloodletters as well charging up against the Jade Warriors. And this could be a capture here coming at point 3. Nearly coming out to 4,000 points. 2.6k here for Captain Morgan. He's got point 2 pretty well held. But we are going to be shooting in Shieldbreaker 2 units of the Crane Gunners at the back. That's going to be 1.8k of range. I'd actually like to see some doggos coming in and around and shutting those bad boys down. In the middle, Bloodletters, they're going to be fighting pretty damn hard. The Jade Warrior Halberds moving on as well, and we have some more spears. Really trying to see if we can secure this point. Unfortunately, the Khorne Warriors are going to be pushing off the Jade Crossbowmen. This is really nice stuff here for Grand Cathay. Just getting the Khorne Warriors off the point to prevent them from capping. So very nice stuff indeed. Point 2 still going to be held. Point 3 is getting captured here, and it should be finished off. We see some Flesh Hounds charging into the back. I'm sure we're going to be seeing them on the Crane Gunners shortly. We have lost Skarbrand. He did fall here earlier, I believe, to a little bit of pressure for some Halberds. But in the middle, we are going to see the Jade Lancers clearing out the Chaos Warriors of Khorne. They are going to be slowly capturing. We do actually need to get the Cultist maybe fighting here in the middle. So here we go. We do have some of the Flesh Hounds charging and coming in with a little bit more mobility here towards the end. More Flesh Hounds as well charging through just to give some more capture weight here on the middle. Bloodletters really destroying up against the Peasant Long Spearmen. In the back here, we can see some of the doggos doing some brilliant work up against the Crane Gunners. They'll get in and chew them apart pretty damn quickly here. Look at that. So much damage coming on the Crane Gunners. Fantastic work. On the left-hand side, we have captured point 3. Point 2 is held. Point 1 is in the way of being captured. We have 4.7k here, going up against 3,200. Pretty close game indeed. If we do capture this, it could look pretty bad here, coming in for Grand Cathay. We do have some of the Jade Lancers come around the corner. Do we have anything to stop it? I don't think so. And we are going to be capturing it here as Grand Cathay. This is really unfortunate here for the Khorne forces. We just need more and more getting sent on. Do we have any dogs? I think infantry is not going to get there in time. We need some dogs. That could have been 2 units of dogs to get on and capture. You just need to throw absolutely everything at this one point, and hopefully we can capture it. We can see more Jade Lancers, and you can see Kitchen Sink has been absolutely thrown. The entire toolbox coming down here on point 1. And unfortunately here the Warhounds are just not going to have enough capture weight to finish off the point. They are gently going to be capturing it though. We do have 40 points away. We have 900 in reserve here. We needed to use those points as Captain Morgan. We have some dogs on the left as well. No! And unfortunately here, I think we could have seen the triple cap and maybe an incredible comeback here. But thank you so much for Captain Morgan for sending this in and also sending in a loss. I really, really do appreciate people sending in great games as a loss. I haven't managed to cast Grand Cathay yet, and I really wanted to show off some of these units. So thank you so much for sending that in, my friend. I really appreciate that. Now, we are going to have Skarbrands the Exile, 217 kills, 3,300 damage value. The boy coming in huge here, 1,000. And 226 kills for 770 there for the Bloodletters, 180, 130, and 130 there for the Khorne Warriors. You can saw just one big magic spell, and some crossbowmen were able to deal here with the Khorne infantry. So for the reinforcements, we didn't see any exalted Bloodletters. We had the Cultist of Khorne. He did some nice work. Good summon, 611. I actually think the Cultist of Khorne is probably the strongest Cultist. He's very, very good in combat. Silver shield, 75 armor. And he actually really packs a punch with good melee attack. He can do some really nice stuff here on the battlefield for sure. So the Khorne Warrior Halberds, I definitely would like to see some of those. If you had one Khornite Halberd on each point there for point 1 and point 3, you would have had some good heavy armor, and even with cavalry coming forward, you would have had some great anti-large armor piercing just to thump them back so quickly. 255 kills, 670, 315 kills for 1,087. Very nice there from the Bloodletters, with 430 and 490 here from the Khornite Warriors. So 1,400, 121 kills, 112 for 1.8, 41 for 344, and 293 there for 50. So you can see the dogs, of course, very, very strong. And actually one thing as well, a little bit of a tip here for the Khornite forces. If you bring in just the regular Warhounds, they actually cap as infantry. So they're going to get in with some nice, good capture weight as well. And coming in at 400 gold cost, 95 speed, it just makes for a very good mobile unit that's very good at capturing. So just having even one or two of those in the back pocket is always very good. So well played here to the Grand Cathay player. We've got 118 kills, 2,080 damage value. Very stuff there from the Yang Magic. 750 for the Crane Gunners with 340 and 406 there from the Halberds. Halberds do struggle. You know, they've got okay infantry. They're okay infantry with, you know, average armor, good anti-large armor piercing, but they're just a little bit slow. 1,730 there from the Jade Warrior Crossbowmen, 1,500 from the second unit as well, 230 and 240 there for the Jade Warriors. Peasants, probably some of the best stuff here from the roster, from the infantry side of things, 290, 720, 820. You can see just head and shoulders above performing all the rest. We are going to see a Terracotta Sentinel, which we didn't actually get to see in action. These bad boys, definitely one of the coolest things in the unit. Alongside here, the Great Longma Riders, really big fan of those. 866 there from the Crane Gunners, with 650 from the Jade Lancers, 884 there for the second unit, and 470. More Halberds in at 140. 600 here as well for more Jade Warrior Crossbowmen. Crossbowmen did very well today, I must admit. 400, 226 there from the Jade Warriors, with 520 there from the Peasant Horsemen. 180 and 430 there from the Long Spearmen. Yeah, making a pretty nice force overall, and a great game indeed. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please smash that like button. It really does help here on the channel. Feel free to leave a comment down below as well. I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions, or just leave something funny. I read them all anyway. If you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really, really does help. You know, just that one subscription, if everybody that watches this does it, it really does make a difference. So if you feel like you enjoy the content, do feel free to do so. If you haven't already, do check out that description. You can see all my other social media platforms, including Twitch and also Discord. Very, very important there. I do a lot of content on both those platforms. And other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.